with, you know, looking at, we often assume aggression is because the dog is just plain aggressive, and we, you know, really overlook the pain aspect. And
many of these aggressive dogs have got some kind of underlying pain.
Absolutely, you know, and just understanding that they're, you know, in pain, and can we make them feel better? Can we get them stronger through this multimodal approach, and then, you know, help them? So yeah.
I mean, the great thing I think with what you do is that it's not prescriptive, is it? So it's not like everyone comes in and you can be like, okay, this is what we're going to do, bang, bang, bang. Every case is going to be different. Absolutely. And that's why it's an approach rather than a treatment, I suppose, because it just varies.
And it's so true with, I personally hate strict protocols. You know, your dog has hip dysplasia, this is what you do, because it is, as you said, every animal is going to be treated as an individual. And if the dog has hip dysplasia, well, that may be one of their problems, but they also have issues, say, with their back, or their, you know, one of their front limbs, or, you know, they're overweight because they're not moving as much. And there's a whole, you know, system. So it's really looking at the individual dog and looking at their, you know, the owner's goals and what they want, and all of that sort of stuff. So
yeah, I think that's an important point, the owner's goals and also the owner's expectations and what they can realistically achieve. Because I know the last time you were speaking to Hannah, you know, you were talking about diagnostics and kind of saying that just because you have everything doesn't mean that's going to be appropriate for every single case. And that applies to the management as well, doesn't it? It's not, it depends what you're able to do as an owner, because a lot of rehabilitation is going to be very hands-on at home.
Right, exactly. And it's, you know, true. We often, my staff and I often talk about the individual dogs and what the dogs need to be able to do at home, you know, for the owners. So, you know, sometimes it's not realistic for an older couple to be lifting 100-pound dog. So can we get that dog up and walking, and, you know, all of that, and what will work for them? So absolutely.
Yeah. Challenging, but frustrating, and challenging and rewarding as well, I suppose.
Absolutely. And, you know, I love all the dogs I work with. And, you know, I often look at the dogs that, the show dogs, and watching their accomplishments and all of that sort of stuff. But there's nothing more heartwarming to see a dog that has been struggling to walk, you know, due to osteoarthritis and the ramifications, and, you know, to have the owner say, oh, I'm so glad that he ran to the door to, you know, greet me, you know, for the first time in years, or jumped on the couch and slept with me. And that's, you know, I look at my own dogs, and one of my previous dogs who was older, and I would always get so excited when he would counter serve. You know, and he feels better, you know, and all my dog trainer friends would say, oh no, that's awful. I'm like,
it's really bad.
Wonderful. Like, it's a good hip extension and lumbar extension.
Yes.
You know, all of that. So